Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 4 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 4 math and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter probability and statistics. Please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Let's just start with the first lesson, that is make predictions. Okay, so let's just start with the first example. You select a marble without looking and then put it back. If you do this 2 times, what is the best prediction possible for the number of times you will pick a yellow marble? Okay, so you are given two of the marbles, right? A yellow and a white marble. So out of these two marbles, one of them is yellow. So the probability of yellow is 1 out of 2, right? You have only one marble that is yellow out of 2. Now the question is, if you do this 2 times, what is the best prediction? So you did that 2 times, multiply the probability of yellow by 1 by 2. You have to do 1 by 2 times 2, right? Because you did that 2 times. So you have, the answer is 1. That means out of the 2, you have one prediction that you will select the yellow marble, right? Let's just start with the test questions. If you flip a coin 2 times, what is the best prediction possible for the number of times it will land on heads? When you flip a coin, you have only two options, head or tail, right? The probability of head is you have only two outcomes, one out of two, right? Out of the two outcomes, one of them is head. So the probability of head is 1 by 2. Now you flip that coin 2 times. So you have to do 1 by 2 of 2. You have to do 1 by 2 times 2. 2 and 2 cancel out. You are left with 1. That means if you flip the coin 2 times, the best prediction possible for the number of times it will land on head is 1 time it will land on head. The correct option is option number 2 is the correct option, right? That means you have only one possibility. If you flip a coin 10 times, what is the best prediction possible for the number of times it will land on head? So just now I explained you have two outcomes for the coin head and tail. The probability of head is 1 out of 2 because you have two outcomes. The total outcomes are 2, and here is the favorable outcome, yet like the head is on 1. So that is 1 over 2. That is the probability of head. Now you did that 10 times. You have to do 1 by 2 of 10. 1 by 2 times 10, that is 10 by 2, 5 it is. The correct option is 5. Got it? Option number 1 is the correct option. If you spin the spinner 6 times, what is the best prediction possible for the number of times it will land on blue? So here on the spinner you have 6 portions, right? Only one of the portion is blue, that is 1 over 6. Option number. The probability of blue is 1 by 6, right? That is 1 by 6 times 6 because you did that 6 times, right? So the correct option is 1. Option number 2 is the correct option, right? That is option number 2. If you flip a coin 4 times, what is the best prediction possible for the number of times it will land on head? Yes, the correct option is option number 1. 2 it is. The probability of head is 1 over 2, right? Because you did that 4 times, so you need to multiply it by the 4. So that is 2. Option number 1 is the correct option. Very good. You select a marble without looking and then put it back. If you do that 4 times, what is the best prediction possible for the number of times you will pick a yellow marble? That is 1. Option number 2 is the correct option, right? Then the probability of yellow is only 1. Very good. If you spin the spinner 9 times, what is the best prediction possible for the number of times it will land on yellow. So which is the correct option? Zero it is. You don't have any yellow color on the spinner. So the probability of yellow is zero because you don't have any yellow portion here. So that is zero. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. That is understanding probability. Let's just start with the next lesson. On which color is the spinner less likely to land? So which is the correct option? Okay, so just look at the spinner, right? The spinner has two colors, the pink and the yellow. The most portion on the spinner is pink. A very small portion is yellow. So that means the spinner will less likely to land on yellow. The one that has the small portion is less likely to land, right? Whatever it is, purple or pink. So the one that has the smaller portion is the less likely to land on. So the correct option is yellow. Got it? The one that has more portion is more likely to land, and the one that has less portion is less likely to land. Got it? Okay, let's just start with the test questions. On which color is the spinner less likely to land? Which is the correct option? Yes, pink it is the one that has the smaller portion, so it will less likely to land on pink. On which color is the spinner more likely to land? On which color is the spinner more likely to land? Which is the correct option? The correct option is green, right? Green has more portion. On which color is a spinner more likely to land? Which is the correct option? On which color is the spinner more likely to land? Which is the correct option? The correct option is pink. Option number one is the correct option. My microphone isn't working fine. I will get new one in a day or two. Don't worry. That's why you can hear these sounds. On which color is the spinner less likely to land? Which is the correct option? Yes, that is yellow light. It will less likely to land on yellow. On which color is the spinner less likely to land? Which is the correct option? The correct option is yellow. It is right because the spinner has less yellow portion, so it will less likely to land on yellow. How likely is that the spinner will land on a yellow space? Unlikely or certain? Unlikely it is because the smaller portion is yellow, so it will unlikely to land on certain is for the one that has the more portion colored, right? For the one that is less, that is unlikely. Got it? How likely is that the spinner will land on blue space? Certainly, because the spinner is blue, so whenever you spin, it will certainly land on blue. Got it? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. Find the probability. Okay, let's just start with the first example. That's a bit tricky, but if you listen to me carefully, you will get that easily, right? But it's very easy. Let's start with the first example. If you roll a six-sided die, what is the probability of rolling an even number? So, on the die, you have six outcomes, right? They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So, you just need to find the probability of rolling even numbers. So, on the dice, you have three even numbers. They are 2, 4, and 6, right? So, that means the probability of rolling an even number is 3 out of 6. When you simplify, that is 1 over 2. So, that means the probability of even numbers on the die is 1 by 2. Got it? Let's just start with the test questions. You can have a look on the tutorial by yourself later today. They are already solved, right? If you roll a six-sided die, what is the probability of rolling a 1? When you roll a die, you have six outcomes. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have only one possibility out of 6 for the probability of 1. So the probability of 1 is the probability of rolling a 1 is 1 by 6. The correct option is 1 by 6. Option number 2 is the correct option. If you flip a coin, what is the probability that it will land on heads? Which is the correct option? The correct option is when you flip a coin, you have only two possibilities, right? So the probability of head is 1 out of 2. The correct option is option number 1 because you have total two outcomes. One of them is head. So that is 1 over 2. Option number 1 is the correct option. If you roll a six-sided die, what is the possibility of rolling a 5? The correct option is 1 by 6. When you roll a die, you have only one possibility out of 6 to have 5. So 1 by 6 it is. If you roll a six-sided die, what is the probability of rolling a 3, which is the correct option? That is again 1 by 6. Option number 1 is the correct option. If you roll a six-sided die, what is the probability of rolling a 6, which is the correct option? 1 by 6 it is. Option number 2 is the correct option. If you flip a coin, what is the probability that it will land on tails, which is the correct option? If you flip a coin, what is the probability that it will land on tails? Yes, that is 1 over 2. Option number 2 is the correct option. If you roll a six-sided die, what is the probability of rolling a 2? So when you are calculating the probability of dice, for every number the probability is 1 out of 6, right? The correct option is 1 by 6. If you roll a six-sided die, what is the probability of rolling an odd number? So you have three odd numbers on the die, right? So that is half of them are odd, so that is 1 out of 2. If you roll a six-sided die, what is the probability of rolling an even number? That is 1 out of 2, right? Three of the numbers are even and three of the numbers are odd. So half of them are even, the probability is 1 by 2. If you roll a six-sided die, what is the probability of rolling a 4, which is the correct option? That is 1 out of 6. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson, and the next lesson is mean, median, mode, and range. Let's just start with the lesson. Okay, what is the mean? Whenever you need to calculate the mean of the numbers, you have to add all the numbers, right? And divide by the number of values in the given data. Like here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 values are given. They are 3, 5, 0, 8, and 4. You need to calculate the mean. Just add them all and divide by 5. Let's just start with the test questions, right? What is the range? Whenever you have to calculate the range is the difference between the greatest number and the smallest number in the given data. So the greatest number in the data is 2 and the smallest number is 0. So 2 take away 0 is 2. Option number 2 is the correct option, right? Range is the difference between the greatest value and the smallest value in the given data. What is the median, right? So to calculate the median, you need to arrange these numbers from least to greatest, and then you have to see which one is the middle number. You have total 7 numbers, 3 numbers here and 3 numbers here. So that is the one that is exactly in the middle of the number. But you have to arrange these numbers from least to greatest first, right? So the correct option is option number 1, that is 3. Which one is the mean? For the mean, you need to add them all. That is 8 plus 7 plus 10 plus 8 plus 6 plus 10. Let me just add 10 and 10, 28, 28, 20. That is 49. And 49 divided by 7 is the sum is 49. So they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You need to divide it by the 7. So the correct option is 7. Option number 1 is the correct option, not 4. You have to add them all, divide by the number of values. They are 7 values. 7 times 7 is 49. So option number 1 is the correct option. What is the median? Just arrange them from least to greatest: 0, 0, 5, 6, 8, 10, and 7. So they are 7 in numbers. So make 3 one side, 3 one side, then you have exactly the middle number, that is. So that is 6. The correct option is option number 1. Okay, let's just move on to next one. That is, what is the mod? Mod is the number that appears the most of the time in the given data. So you can see you have 0 3 times, 1, 2, 3. So that means 3 is the mod value because 3 is the number that 0 is the number that appears 3 times in the given data. So the answer is 0. Okay, what is the mean? Just add them and divide by 6. You have to add them all and divide by the 6, right? So the correct option is 4. Option number 1 is the correct option. What what is the range? Range is the difference between the greatest and the smallest value in the given data. So 8 minus 2 is 6. Option number 2 is the correct option. What is the mod? Mod is the number that appears the most of the time in the given data. So that is 6. You can see the 6 appears 4 times in the data. So the correct option is 6. What is the mean? You have to add and divide by the you have to add and divide by the 5. So 8 plus 5, 13, 14, 15, 16. That is 20 divided by 5. So the correct option is 4. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 4 math. Chapter we were working on is probability and statistics. The lessons we have covered today are make predictions, understanding probability, find the probability, mean, median, mod, and range. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework until next session, right? So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can simply click on the live chat button. Tutors are available there to help you. Or either you can write down the question in the chat box. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. Any questions you can please ask. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. You can please ask if you have any question. No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye everyone.